Okay, this video is going to be about using the time frame trading algo to select which stocks to trade. And as you guessed it, it is the indicator this Discord is named after. So there's many different indicators that you can use, like the RSI, the MACD, Bollinger Bands. There are tons of them. But this indicator specifically is very powerful in that it identifies trends on multiple time frames. A lot of times trades will get into trouble because we're only looking at charts on one time frame. We might look at the 1 hour chart and think, okay, now this stock is bullish or bearish. There's this or that candlestick pattern. But when you zoom out and look at a higher time frame, it's a different sentiment. So being able to see what the trend is on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, the weekly, and all at the same time, this will give us a much deeper understanding of what's going on with a stock. So the question is, how do we define trends on multiple time frames and see that in a visual manner so that scanning stocks and looking for trades becomes quick and easy? Well, that's what this indicator does. The time frame trading algorithm is a very powerful indicator that works on all asset classes and time frames. You can use it to trade stocks, options, futures, forex, and any chart within the Thinkorswim platform. You can use it for day trading, swing trading, or even longer term trades like 6 months to a year. It's very, very flexible and adaptable. So, specifically, it is a trend measuring algorithm that captures up to 5 levels of time frame depth and displays them on your chart as a green or red dot. When all 5 dots align, either bullish or bearish, a master level dot appears, letting you know that this is a powerful move with momentum. A quick note, you will not find this study inside of Thinkorswim. This is a proprietary algorithm that was developed by a third party, and I've slightly modified the code a bit to tweak a few parameters. So it's a completely custom indicator, and it's specifically for Thinkorswim. It doesn't work on TradingView or any other platform. So if you would like to have this installed on your account, please just shoot me a DM and I'll send it over. So let's go ahead and jump into the platform and see how this works. All right, so here we're looking at a chart of the S&P 500, and I've got the TFT algo set up down here at the bottom. How you would set this up is you come up here to Studies and you click Edit Studies. And then the TFT algo will appear in this list, and then you select it over here. So how we read this is the bottom row is the chart that we're looking at currently. So this is a 1 year daily chart of the S&P 500. So each candle is one trading day. So this bottom row is the trend on the daily chart. And as we go up in rows, each one represents a progressively higher timeline. So the fourth row from the bottom is the trend on the 2 day chart. The one above that is the trend on the 3 day chart. The next one is the 4 day chart. And then this final top row right here is the trend on the weekly chart. So we can see that we've got 5 different levels of time frame which the indicator is detecting a trend on. So when all 5 are bullish or bearish, you get this master level dot that appears right here up at the top, and it's telling you, look, this is a powerful trend that's potentially developing here, and we could take a trade. So if we got in here on this dot, we take a bullish trade, and then we can ride this trend up. And then we see a red dot appearing down here at the bottom. Now, my rule of thumb is that if you see one dot on the bottom time frame, the lowest time frame, it's okay to ignore it and stay in the trade. But when you see 2 dots in the same column, that's when I would probably exit the trade, because then The trend is getting more bearish and it could potentially turn around on us. So it's a good idea to book some profits if you've already caught all of this move right here. So we've got some choppiness in here. It's not really a good idea to take a trade. There's no real clear market signal that the indicator is giving. Here we've got another pop up followed by some chop, and then a nice sort of uptrend right here towards the end of the year. And this is a big move. If you got in here, the 59.38, and then the high was about 6,100. I mean, that is what is that? That's a 150 point move on the S&P. That's a big trade in the options world. If you've got a spread on, that's a $300, $400 move right there potentially. So this is how I use the TFT algo to kind of look for broader trends in the market. So let's take a look at some different stocks now. Let's take a look at Apple. So I'll zoom in on the beginning of the year, and we can see that Apple started off bearish. So right away, you could take some put options on Apple. This would be a good trade. Let's see, we've got a little bit of a pop right here on some green dots. And look, this isn't much right here. You would probably break even, or if you stayed in the trade past these two kind of red dots, you would probably have to adjust the trade. So not everything is going to be big kind of trendy price action. Sometimes you'll get kind of little pops like this, and then the trend turns around. So you have to remember that there's no sort of magic bullet for the stock market. Sometimes this should always be used as just a tool. You don't want to have it be making all the decisions for you. You still want to use your own good judgment as a trader to decide whether or not you want to enter and exit trades. So you would probably have to make some adjustments here if you stayed in the trade, and that's okay because that's basically how my system of trading works. We're looking to catch these bigger kind of macro trends. Like this is a month-long downtrend right here that you could catch on Apple. And then, sometimes trades don't go our way. Sometimes we miss, and then we either have to either adjust the position to bring it back to break even or mitigate the loss. So let's zoom out a bit, and then yeah, we've got a big run on Apple here in the beginning or in the middle of the year. So let's see what else. How about Meta? Okay, this is pretty neat. We've got this big, huge uptrend here, and basically no red dots. Like I said earlier, if you see one red dot down at the bottom time frame, it's okay to ignore it. And that's another good point. The TFT algo will not only help you identify stocks to enter into trades, but it can also help you stay in the trade longer. So let's say that we got long somewhere in here, and then let's see, Meta earnings came out, there was a big pop, and you're wondering whether or not you should stay in the trade. Well, you could definitely take your profits. That's something that's never a bad idea, but the trend here is still bullish. There's still really not really any reason to sell. So what you could do is maybe you could take off half your position and secure some profits, and then keep one or two contracts as runners and just let the trend kind of play out. And then you can see here we've got two dots appearing and then four dots, and then that would be a place where you definitely want to exit the trade and book your profits. So let's take a look at another one. How about Adobe? Okay, wow, this is very gappy. So let's take a look at this. So here earnings came out and then a green dot appears. So this is telling you that although the stock is going down a bit, all the momentum is still bullish on the higher time frames. So we can enter a long trade here. We got a nice pop, A bit of downtrend here, another nice pop, some more green dots, and we've got two appearing right here, two more. And then even as the stock is going up, the TFT is warning you, saying, hey, this is turning bearish on some level. We've got the weekly time frame starting to turn bearish. And then on this candle, it's really warning you like, hey, there's four red dots here on four different time frames. If you're long here, you really need to get out. So, and then of course, in the next candles, it gaps down and then begins a bit of a downtrend. So that is the TFT on the daily time frame, and it's what I use to kind of look for trends and select stocks. It's really not too much more complicated than that. We are looking for kind of broader trends that last a week or longer, and then sometimes we miss, and we either need to adjust the trades to minimize the loss or turn the trades around to try and bring them back into a small profit. Now, in terms of getting into trades on an intraday level, so let's say that I'm going to make a call and make a bullish trade on Costco, let's say. So, at what point during the day do we want to place the trade? So, we've been looking at the yearly 1-day chart, but we can also go down to lower time frames. So this is the 1-minute chart on the ES futures. So each candlestick is going to be 1 minute of price action. So if you're a day trader, if you're a futures trader, you can see here that we've got a bunch of green dots. You could buy a couple of micros or a mini, and then you can ride the trend up and you can stay in the trade up until you see some red dots here. But we're not futures traders, so we're not doing that. We're going to be looking to see stocks on a sort of a closer level and on an intraday level to see what price is doing. So here's Costco. This is how it's moving today. Let's say that we wanted to get into a bullish trade. So we would not want to place a bullish trade right here at the beginning of the day because we can see that on the 1-minute chart, things are looking bearish. Now, I should point out that the parameters have changed on the lower time frame. So if you see here, it says 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, hour. I have changed the time frames that are showing on the different rows. So the bottom row is the 1-minute chart because that's the chart we're looking at up here. The next one is the 5-minute, the next one is the 15-minute, then 30, and then the highest time frame is the 1 hour. So as you change time frames on your chart up here, you need to make sure that you're changing the time frames in the settings of the algorithm. So we would want to wait for the bearish trend to stop. And if you see this move here, you see that there are more green dots starting to appear. You could take your bullish trade in here because the trend looks like it's reversing. Or if you want to be even safer, you can just wait for green dots to appear up here. So there's more of a powerful trend here. You could wait to take your call option here. But this is further away in the market. This is a full hour and a half after the market opens. So if you've got the time to sort of watch for it, you could place your trade here. But if not, you can wait for more green dots to appear, and then maybe 3 or 4 dots. That's good enough, and then you can take your trade. So that is kind of what I look at on the intraday level. And the TFT algo, it's very useful for looking at trends on different timelines. So that is the explanation of the algorithm and how it works. If you have any questions about it, let me know. If you would like to set this up in your own Thinkorswim account, shoot me a DM, just let me know. It is a proprietary algorithm that does not come on preloaded with Thinkorswim. I have to send you the file. So just let me know and we can get it set up. So That is all for this video. I'll see you in the next one.